Hello, everybody. Hermetic Monks here again. Just wanted to do a quick PSA and say that Jacob is no longer with us. This is kind of a pivot. I'll be taking over the Hermetic Monks brand and channel exclusively, and he's going to be focusing on some other things. He's a complex and multi-talented and multifaceted person, and he's had some calling to work on other things in life. So still good friends with him, still gonna have him on the podcast from time to time, and we're actually working on something right now that we might start doing in the future, and I'll just kind of leave it at that. But it'll be outside of this podcast. I'm going to be nothing obviously this week, but I'm going to be continuing to work to try to get some good guests on here, spice up the content, talking about politics, economics, and kind of where our country's headed, and just life in general. Philosophy, all the things that Jacob and I have talked about and interests that have already been discussed. And then I'm also, the times that there will be no guests on here, I'm actually going to be focusing on options trading, specifically as it relates to Rumble, the Rumble stock, and kind of news surrounding Rumble. And so hopefully every week, we get some guests. But the weeks that, for whatever reason, something doesn't happen or it falls through, we can't get a guest booked, then I'm going to be focusing on options trading as it relates to Rumble. So, and that's kind of just the simple PSA. I'm going to be switching the release schedule to that of Friday 9 a.m. instead of Monday at 9 a.m. It just turns out it's a little bit easier on me. I have a busy schedule, and it'll be just a lot easier if I need to do some last minute editing, etc., etc. So, yeah. Anyways, I think that's pretty much it as it relates to updates on the podcast front. I did want to kind of, I guess, briefly, I just want to go into to focus. It's something that I've struggled with my entire life, and I'm sure this is not just a problem unique to me, but a problem of being a human, and it's focus. So there's so many different opportunities out there and so many different options that it is, and there's a lot of work that is necessary in order to achieve a particular outcome. And so you must, and I'm speaking to myself really more than anybody, you got to cut down on the things that you want to do to the few things that you really, really, it's your passion. And you'll never get good at anything if you're spread too thin. And so the ability to say no to other projects, to other ideas, although they may be equally as good, is a skill. And it's something that I've lacked before, and it's something that I'm going to work harder and harder at. But that is one of the reasons why I actually want to continue with this podcast and start. I've always been interested in options. I understand the concepts of options, but I've never consistently and made money with options. I've actually consistently lost money with options. But I know that, if you look it up, there you'll get different statistics in different places, different websites, different sources. But a lot of them are saying, only 10% of options traders are financially successful, meaning they win more than they lose consistently. And in order to do that, you have to have sustained focus. You can't. This is something that you put decades into. It's kind of like, thinking that you're going to be able to pick up a violin and be a world-class violinist. Like, it's just not going to happen. It's going to take years, decades possibly, your whole life. Who knows? You got to be willing to get in there consistently, pound on your craft. And so, I'm making this dedication to do researching Rumble and researching options for the next year, and we'll revisit this episode in 1 year and see how far I've come. And along the way, I hope to bring a little bit of value to you guys that have subscribed. And by the way, I just want to say thank you to anybody that subscribed or watched some of our videos. I truly do want to try to add value. And so, if any of you guys are interested in day trading or even investing, I'm going to be doing my best to bring the news surrounding Rumble as it relates to economics and the impact those economics have on the stock price, and documenting my journey from somebody that doesn't know a whole lot about options but has kind of played around with them before, to hopefully somebody that is like maybe like intermediate, and I might continue with this after a year, but I want to commit myself to doing this every week for a year, and to be focusing on Rumble. And for those that are not interested in investing per se, I would say, hey, stick with us. Just don't watch the episodes where I'm going into detail about Rumble. Just watch the episodes that we have where we have guests on. And I've been reaching out to some people. I've had, we obviously had Jeff Scapnet on. And that was a fun podcast. But I really want to get more into that. And I'd like to have Jeff back on. Like to have, a few other people that I've been in conversation with. I'd love to have them on the podcast. So hopefully we can turn this into something, and I don't know, if not, that's okay too. It's just, it's a fun thing, and it's a creative expression, and hopefully you guys get some joy out of it. So, thanks for subscribing, those that have subscribed, and thanks for anybody that's watched us and watched this channel. And I'll start this back up on next Friday. So, and this will come out tomorrow. It's Thursday. So happy day after the 4th of July when you're watching this. And hope nobody gotten into any firework accidents or anything like that. So, all right. Peace, guys. Have a good one.